Hi, sorry about that.
No worries.
We might need to use this link again because it might only last half an hour, and I don't know if we're going to be done in half an hour. So if it happens again, just click on this latest link and we should be able to reconnect. If not, I'll just have to send you another link. Sorry about this, guys. It's because we're going a bit longer than I was
No worries.
planning.
That's what I kind of figured.
Yeah, I think what we're going to do is wherever you're up to, let's call it a day on these and let's get on to the other bit because that was the really important bit that you.
Alrighty.
So these need to go into the oven for 20-25 minutes because the filling is cooked. So that's good. So it's just really to get a good color on the pastry. So I'm just using that egg wash. So if
Egg
you,
wash on top of
yeah,
those.
yeah, just egg wash to give it that nice golden color.
What's our temperature?
Um, that's a good question. What is the temperature for these? I
We left our oven on at
Yeah, I was going
350.
to say wherever you left it, I think will be good enough for these. Yeah. And you probably want them in for about 25 minutes.
25. Okay.
Yeah.
Is 425 too much? We had that for the sausage rolls. I kicked it down to
Yeah, no, it's a
350.
similar sort of thing because it's similar sort of size, similar. It's pastry, it's not a cake. Cake is a lot lower in temperature, so I think that should work.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing anyways. So I'm going to put those in for about 25.
Those are quite fun. We've never done anything like that. We've got them standing up too now.
Oh, you have? Good, good.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Excellent. Okay. Like I say, we can come back to this and you can finish it off a little bit later. Keep your pastry. I'm wondering if you've got enough pastry to do the pie without having to go through making pastry again, because I know it was a bit challenging. What do you think? Have you got about half your pastry left? Oh, sorry, there's Jennifer.
So we did the 1 pound
Yeah,
of paste.
and you've used it all up and you
We
did.
used it all.
Oh, wow, four. You only got four. Wow, okay. I've still got some pastry left. That was all I was going to say.
Oh, well, we do have actually.
You got half left in the fridge or?
We have about that much left.
Oh, you just got a little bit left. Okay, that's
A
not going
little
to
bit
be enough
left.
then. That's not going to be enough. Okay, Jennifer, how are you doing, darling? Sorry about that. We lost the connection. I'm having to restart.
We're okay, I guess. We
O-
have all of our stuff on pans ready to bake, I think.
Okay. Okay, so same temperature as before. Use your egg wash over the top of them so they go nice and golden. And we're looking about 25 minutes in the oven. I think I should have asked you to just get some ready roll pastry. So that was a little bit, just that with it being a bake class, I feel like that's such a cheat.
Say 25.
Did you say 25 minutes?
Yeah, about 25 minutes should have them nice and golden.
Thank you.
Is that a timer? Did you write that down? Yeah. So I wrote half the instructions in the wrong one.
That makes it. Has anyone got any pastry left, or are you having to make it again? I'm just conscious that's going to be quite time consuming.
We'll have to make it again. So I think I'm probably going to have Eric pick up some pre-made pie crust.
Okay.
What to do with
Well,
that?
shall I demo this and then you can
Yeah.
bake it a little later? Because I think I've got enough pastry so I can do that. Yeah, that pastry making was a little challenging, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's not quite so bad with the KitchenAid. But I don't think you can, I don't know, have you made pastry with the hand mixer before now?
We're gonna use the hand mixer, or not hand mixer, but the KitchenAid for the
Yeah.
scones, and it worked out really
Yeah,
nice.
that would be fine.
Yeah.
We only did it by
Yeah.
hand because Jennifer didn't have a KitchenAid. Actually,
So if we are gonna go ahead and make another batch, should we just do two cups of flour and 1 stick of butter instead of the 4 and 2?
it depends the size of your pan. What's your what are you using to make your? Oh, yeah, I think you're going to need the full amount.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And what you might find is that once you've put your filling in, it doesn't go all the way up. So you probably don't need, that's a very deep dish. I'm just thinking you might need a bit more pastry for that.
We do have a shallower dish. I think we could do that if we
Yeah.
cut it down to 2 and 1.
Yeah, I think a shallower dish would be better.
Shallower dish, Brent.
Yeah, because otherwise it's going to be a lot of pastry that you're going to have to make to cover the base and up the sides, because the idea is that it goes up the sides and then you pinch it in and it holds it all together. So what I'm doing here is I'm just rolling out some pastry just to see if I have got enough to do this, save us having to go through the whole.
So Gina, look at this one. That's way more shallow. What do you think? Than this one?
Yeah.
How thick that one
Yeah,
is?
yeah, definitely.
Okay. So 2 cups to 1 stick of butter for the
No,
new
double
pastry.
it, double it, do the
Double it?
Yeah,
Okay.
what did you did 4 and 2, didn't you,
4
earlier?
and 2?
Yeah,
Okay.
I would do that. And it's better to have too much than not enough.
Okay. Sounds
Yeah,
good.
I'd do that. And I think you'll find it won't be too much. So I've got my pie dish, that's the word. So what I'm doing here is I'm just putting the pastry. Now, the great thing about short crust pastries, it's very forgiving. So if you have a rip or a gap, like I've got a little bit of a gap there, you can take a little bit of the excess over here and you can kind of stick it on here. But you do need to stick it on with water. Let me just get a spot of water.
I was just watching her. She's gonna put the crust down.
So Jennifer, are you okay for me to do this as a demonstration?
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry, I forget how hard pastry can be when you're not used to making pastry. So I apologize for that, guys. I really do. But like I said, I should have just said, get some pastry. But I know sometimes your pastry can be sweet and you really want the savory version. Now, what I'm doing here is I'm just kind of knuckling this into the shape of my bowl so that the sides are kind of coming up. This is not actually quite enough. I'd like it to go over the lip if I can. Let's see if I can stretch it. Yeah. Without too much detriment to the pie. Because obviously you want to have a nice intact base so that it doesn't leak. So when you make the pastry up, you know how we cut it into 4 quarters when we were doing the pasties? This time you're going to want to cut it into 1/3 and 2/3. And it's the 2/3 of the pastry that's going to give you the right quantity to actually fit the base. Because obviously the base has got more surface area than the top. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Beth, I've put an important note here. I don't know if you caught what I said there. I know you were chatting. So you know how with the pastry we made last time, we split it into 4 manageable pieces in 4 quarters. When we're doing a pie like this, we need to do it in a different proportion. We need to do a 2/3, 1/3. The 2/3 is going to be big enough for the surface area of the inside of your pie dish, whereas the top is just going to be 1/3. As you can see, it's a lot smaller surface area. So just bear that in mind. So I've just kind of stretched up the sides. So because what you ideally want is enough pastry to go over the lip of your pie dish. Jennifer, what size pie dish are you using? Sorry,
It's like this.
oh yeah, that's great, and it's not overly deep either, so I don't think you'll have a problem there. But I say just make sure, and like I say, I've got some gaps, so what I was doing, let me come a little closer, I don't know if you can see this. I had a few gaps in my pastry, and I just took a little bit of the excess on one side and just stuck it down on this side, but you do need to do that with a bit of water, because water and flour makes glue. So, okay, so I'm quite happy with that. Can you see how that's kind of no rips, no tears, nice and covered up the face. So then we get our meat and gravy mix. I don't know if you can see that. No, you can't. I'm more round the wrong way for you. I'll show you once it's done. So you see how that's kind of really gloopy. It has cooled down quite a bit now. And I didn't add the mushrooms or the carrots in mine, so mine's just beef and ale with onion. So if you can see that, I know you're trying to clear up and stuff, but this is the time to ask you questions, if you have any. Just level that out a bit. And then you take your third of your pastry and we'll roll that out. And be a bit thin on top here. You can do this with puff pastry if you just want to do the top rather than the base as well. Puff pastry doesn't work too well as a base. This becomes very soggy. Just see if that's big enough to go over. So I'm making a little bit of pastry go a little bit further here. Right, so there is a little technique, you might want to watch this. You can actually roll your rolling pin and have the pastry going over the top of it. And then you can roll it back out over the pie. You see how I did that rather than trying to lift it, because when you lift it, it can tear. And then I'm going to use, you can either use the handle of the fork or the prongs, depending on how you want to do this.
That KitchenAid did amazing.
Did it? Have you? Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's just
Could have just
perfectly
done that.
crumbling.
Could have just done that. I'm sorry. I think it's Jennifer not having a KitchenAid. It's like, well, let's do that. Okay, I'm just putting some, I forgot to put the glue on my pie, because obviously without putting some water on this, you're not going to stick. So I have to do this again. There we go. We can do this in a couple of ways. We can fold over the excess. I'm going to do that because mine's a bit thin. I'd say the idea is that you're going to, well, actually, that's quite a nice pattern. And then we're just going to seal the edges, and I'm just using the back of a fork or a spoon. And what you'll see, I don't know if you can see this, sorry. What you'll see is that it kind of spreads out across the edge, and we can cut that off in a minute. And so you can do it with the prongs of the fork if you like. Then you take a sharp knife and trim. This is a strange shaped dish, actually, 'cause it's quite oval. And then it gives you a nice clean line. And we're just angling the knife and cutting through any excess pastry. And then we're going to put a little hole in the middle, just to let the steam out. And what you can do if you're feeling really, I don't know, artistic, and this is something my grandma always used to do, she used to take the little cuttings from the edge, she used to roll it out, just take a knife, can you see what I'm doing here? She used to cut an arc this way, an arc that way, little line down the center, and you'd have, I don't know if you can see that, it's a little leaf, a little bit of water, stick that on your pie, and you've got a little bit of decoration. So, yeah, I better not lean it too much because this is runny inside. So this is going to go in the oven for, let me just check the timing on that. Might be a little bit longer because it's a bigger thing. Is for, well, it says 20 minutes until golden. So I'd go again 20-25 minutes, but remember it's already cooked inside, so it's just getting that pastry brown. Might just do another little leaf, because one leaf is never enough. So how are we doing, guys? Are we able to, are you keeping up? Have you got your pastry? Are you able to finish off at another time?
Pastry is getting rolled out, the base, the 2/3 is getting rolled right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, and use the pan as a guide to how big you need the pastry rolling out. Okay, that's mine. It's two little leaves on there. Right. The pasties are nearly done. And as we have done before, pictures would be great when you've finished. And let me know. I'm sorry about the technical hitch with the recording. I'll have to send you 2 links, I'm afraid, for a first half and second half. And oh yes, the last thing we need to do to the pie is take that egg wash mixture that we've been working with all day and just give that a little coating to give it that golden brown. And let me know how it tastes when you've had a chance to eat this up. Now, because I've used the little bit of pastry I had left, this has shrunk a little bit already. And I'm sure when it cooks, it might shrink a wee bit too, but it might not look perfect, but it will certainly taste good.
Tina, do we also
yeah.
bake?
What's
we
that,
also-
sorry?
Do we also bake this at 425?
Yeah, do it again at the same.
How-
You might
how
need a
long?
little bit, I don't need a little bit longer or not. It says 450, but that is a very hot oven, and it might burn it. So I would go 425, and go for slightly longer. So 25 to 30 minutes. Just so
Okay.
it's nice and golden brown. Because all you're doing at this point is cooking the pastry. Because remember that filling is now cooked.
Okay.
How we're doing there, Brent? Looks good. Oh yes, that looks great. Well, these pasties are nearly ready as well.
I was trying to get it out of the way.
No, I didn't put the timer on the pasties, so I'm gonna have to do that by eye, I think. Have you got enough filling in there? Looks good. Oh yeah, that looks really great. And you've got the carrots and the mushrooms in there too. Oh yes. Do you think you've got enough pastry to around the edge to kind of stick it down? You didn't go over the lip, you just went up the side. But as long as you can get adhesion between the top and the base so that it does stick, that's the main thing. If it doesn't stick, it might bleed out. So I would suggest that you put your pie dish on a tray, otherwise it's going to dirty up your oven. So just put it on a tray, just in case it spills out.
Say that again, when we bake it. Put it
Yeah,
on
when
the
you
tray, is
bake
that what
it, put the
Okay.
pie dish on a tray, just in case, because it wasn't quite over the edges. So you might get some separation of the top and bottom, and it might get some spillage. So put it on a tray.
Gotcha.
It won't matter the taste, it's just the look of it. 10 minutes on those. Oh, 5 minutes. Okay. Whew. Wow, was that a mammoth bake day or what?
My mom just said that. She's like, this is a lot of baking.
It is a lot of baking, and I'm sorry. I just thought, oh, well, we're going to have to wait for the pie filling, and so I could do this and this. It'd be so quick and easy. But I forget that not everybody does it every day for a living. So I'm sorry for pushing you all so hard.
No, it's been great. That's exactly why I had her over today. I thought this would be great because I know
Yeah.
Em and Brent did the scones last time, and I was going to be flying in right after work. So
Yeah. I'm glad you could join us.
yeah.
So I was talking about the tea hut and how well that's been going.
Yes.
Well, I was working this morning till 3. We had, I think it was 12 guests today, in tables of 2 and 3, one after another, which was great, until 2 tables of 3 came in at once and I panicked.
Oh.
It's like, Tilly, you've
Wait.
got this.
You said that there was a lot of talk about it in the village, correct?
Yeah, there was, and
Yeah.
we've had a few very good days. I mean, not stupidly busy like the tea room was. People are in and out in 20 minutes because they're just having coffee or tea and cake or scones. But evidently, I make a really good scone,
You
which I'm very
do.
pleased about, because to make a good scone in the States is one thing, but to make a good scone in the UK is like really cool.
That's something. Yeah. Yeah. I
That's
thought
it.
about
And
that when
my
you opened it.
Bakewell tart
Yeah.
went down well as well. So I'm getting some good reviews on the food. So that's a relief.
It's so cute. You did such a great job. I'll have to share some of the pictures. My she shed is now done.
Oh, lovely. And you've
It's
got
complete.
so
So yeah, I'm
you've
really
got such
excited.
nice
Yeah, I'm really excited.
British stuff in there as well. So.
Yes, yeah. So it's a nice space. So I'm
Yeah.
hoping that everyone can get back together and enjoy it together. So,
Yeah, that's it. It's great to have
That's
a safe space for people to get together. Absolutely. Hey there, Jennifer.
Yeah,
Doing all right, darling?
Yes, just trying to clean up.
Yeah, I'm sorry that was a bit of a whirlwind. I do apologize for pushing you so hard. We will definitely give you the option of buying pastry in next time.
All right, perfect.
Or you need to speak to Santa Claus about what you're getting for Christmas. Get KitchenAid if you're going to do this sort of baking. Makes life so much easier. Okay, my pasties are coming out in a few minutes, and then this will go in the oven. Send me pictures, tell me what you think, tell me how it tastes, and I'll see you next time.
All right, thank
Okay.
you.
Okay, then, guys.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Emma, come say bye.
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 Bye. Thanks for working so hard. I'm sorry I made you work so hard.
No, it's fun. It's good.
Okay, until next time, when we come up with even more crazy British things to bake.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay,
Bye, Tina.
guys, you have a great weekend. Bye now.
Bye.
Bye.